Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another solo episode of the Coast to Coast Traded Podcast with your boy Robbie. Joe's out of town, so I'll try to keep it short and to the point. And I just really wanted to have like a quick dialogue and just bring some awareness to a potential situation that we're in, which is the AI bubble. I keep hearing people say AI bubble this, AI bubble that. Is it going to crash? And it just got me thinking. As a result, I've also seen some YouTube videos. Is the SPY overweight? And so we're gonna check actually here with Chrome, switching over, looking at the SPY holdings. I like this website, stockanalysis.com. It's great for checking out the distribution of the allocation of different ETFs. And here we can see that technology is comprising 34% of SPY, and number one being Nvidia at almost 8%. So how diversified are we really, right? Portfolio diversification is probably one of the main cornerstones of effective investing, and most of us have probably heard the saying, don't put all your eggs in one basket. And just a obvious reminder for most people that have subscribed to us and watched, Joe and I aren't financial advisors, so if you think you need help reviewing your portfolio, then I would highly recommend that you seek out a professional for advice, but this is just something to consider, okay? So with that said, coming back to SPY here, it's heavily weighted on technology. And when the heavyweight's running, it feels pretty good because P&L looks great. And, the green number going up is just always, it puts a warm, fuzzy feeling inside of you, right? But of course, conversely, when the market's correcting, people start to panic. It doesn't feel so good. And a lot of times, I hear this a lot, really, just through YouTube, social media, etc. People are always wanting to sell because they can't stomach the pullbacks. And obviously, when we're investing, time in the market beats timing the market. There's been a lot of studies showing that people that buy the top or buy the bottom, like whatever they are, just as long as they held, and obviously I'm talking here, high quality companies. I'm not saying hold the pennies forever, but as long as they held, with time, they ended up in profit and, outperforming, right? And there's a funny thing I heard somewhat recently. It says, man who always picks bottom has smelly finger. But with that said, we're approaching December, August 31st right now. So first day is September starting tomorrow. And September has been known seasonally to be pretty bearish month in general. So obviously not saying that a top is in, but it's just something to consider, market seasonality and all. And just thinking about the AI bubble topic, it just reminds me of how during the crypto bubble, people were basically saying the same things. And I don't know that I can actually find any value in crypto. Like obviously the cryptocurrencies themselves are like a hedge in the same way I guess that gold is and other currencies and stuff. But like during the height of the crypto bubble, there were a lot of companies that popped up using the buzzword blockchain, right? Because crypto, it's shiny. Everybody wants to be involved with crypto. They see Bitcoin running. So if this company's, this new IPO is popping up, it's super cheap and they're doing blockchain, then surely it's going to rock to the moon like Bitcoin did, right? But among all those companies that came up, like, I just don't know of any, like, there's literally only one that I can think of that is still around, and that's Palantir or Palantir. I really don't know how it's pronounced. And outside of the cryptocurrencies themselves, and of course the exchanges, I just like besides Palantir, I can't think of a single one or what services they provided. But on the other hand, AI And these large language models have just really taken society by storm. People are getting tremendous value using them. Whether you like it or not, a lot of content is being generated on social media, videos, music, all sorts of stuff that's pretty much automated. So in some ways, it makes things easier for people, but it also does like have this content mill slop appeal in some ways, but it still provides benefit, right? So, I think we should take a look at our portfolios just to see what we can do to maybe hedge ourselves a little bit. Of course, if you were all in on the SPY, um, I don't know if you should sell a portion and then reallocate into different individual holdings or other ETFs that maybe exclude some technology, or maybe go harder on a different sector. Obviously, that's for you to just kind of figure out. But I actually wanted to share a quick thing. I'm actually getting ahead of myself. Yeah. Sorry, guys. So yeah. So mainly, I was just kind of ranting about the AI, but I actually wanted to share this website, sectorspdrs.com. It's a pretty cool website that shows you all the different sectors and the individual allocations. And so here we have XLK, which is technology, and Nvidia is almost 16% of this particular grouping. But different sectors over the years have performed different, towards the market. Not everything goes up at the same time, right? And so we can see here, technology. I mean, it's been leading the way, guys, and in a large way. But if you look at different asset classes amongst different years, like say for this example, this was shared in our group by Dying Machine. We have Bitcoin was huge in 2020. Obviously, that was the height of the boom. But even just recently, it was still a really, really great performer. Gold has done pretty decent as far as like weathering the storm. So like here in 2022, when there was a lot of downturn in the market, gold relatively stable, right? So just something to think about. And leaning back to AI really quick, I wanted to share a quick YouTube video from Rick Beato. He's a really well-known music producer on YouTube, and he was on CBS. Yeah, CBS, their morning show. And I'm just gonna play like 20 seconds of this really quick. But he basically does a prompt, writes a song in a matter of minutes, and it sounds great.
Here's my prompt. Create a square avatar of a fictitious female alternative / indie singer. It's just going to create the song lyrics.
Wait, how many seconds was that?
That was like about 4 seconds. And then hit create. Let's listen. That's actually pretty good.
So this is the service that he was using was Suno, Suno.com, I believe, which was the same one that Joe and I demoed with making the podcast intro that we tried out some months back. And I just thought that was like really, really phenomenal. If you search for Sadie Winters on YouTube, you can find the full track. But actually, I'll link it in the list below. But yeah, just wanted to just do like a little quickie while Joe is gone, just to keep you guys, give you guys a little bit of entertainment. And hope you liked it. And before you tune out, subscribe and drop a comment down below, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks.